Hey everyone, I hope you're well, I hope you're good. Welcome back to CFC, and it's time to preview the big game Chelsea versus Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. In this video, I'm going to discuss on both the teams, predicted lineup, injury news, and some records, and a lot more. So do watch till the end, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell icon. So first of all, starting on my own team, Chelsea. It's been a bit of like up and down season in terms of like we started with great hopes. Caicedo was signed and we had a good preseason overall. We were playing some really good football, the young side, and overall we all thought it's going to be better than last season. And the season started with a very good performance against Liverpool. We played well. After that, we all know we lost to West Ham, where I think we played really well in the first half. Then we beat Luton, but it was not a convincing win. Then we went on to lose to Nottingham Forest. Then we drew against Bournemouth, lost to Villa. And then finally, after some bad results, finally we had a bit of momentum. 3 wins on the bounce against Brighton, then Fulham, then Burnley, and now the momentum is back in the club a bit. But again, I will say a lot of people are looking into Chelsea negatively, saying we are not doing good and this and that. But I think if you watch Chelsea matches, you will see the progress we are making, the football we are playing. I think there's something really being excited about this Chelsea side. But I think right now it only shows how young this side is. It's just not clicking right now because still a lot of things have to be done. The finishing is not there. We have played really well in really a lot of games for me. We should have got at least a draw against Nottingham Forest, draw against Aston Villa. We should have been 2-1, 3-1 up by half time against West Ham. But we are just not clinical and we're learning it while coming to our opponents Arsenal. And see, Arsenal are a very refined side. They are a very refined side. Defensively, they have been solid. Attackingly, they have very experienced players now. They're young, but they're experienced in terms of the matches they have played and how much football they have played and how electric they are. They're already accustomed to the football they play under the manager Mikel Arteta, and that's what stability do for Arsenal. The score is stable. This season, they have not been electrifyingly good like they were last season, but I think they're getting too much criticism for a team which is right now top of the league, joint top of the league, a team which is unbeaten right now, a team which has just beaten Manchester City. They got a draw against Tottenham, they beat Manchester United. I think they're getting very unwarranted criticism. Yes, they dropped one against Fulham. Yes, they dropped us against Tottenham at home, but I think overall they've still been fine this season. They've thrashed Bournemouth, they've got the results they needed. This shows how efficient side they are, which is not we used to say about Arsenal 4-5 years back. Along with that as well, if you see, to be really honest, in the last game, defensively they've been really solid this season, not conceding goals. Against Tottenham, they could have been 2-0 up by first 20 minutes. Gabriel Jesus took his chances. So, to be really honest, this Arsenal side has still not been at the best, and now they finally have a fully fit squad to choose from. Saka, Martinelli is back. Except Timber and Trossard is a doubt. They have a fully fit squad, and I think they're only going to get better and better right now. And they're getting the results, and I think they're a very good side, and they are the favorites in this match. Coming on to injury news, and as you can see on the list, see, first of all, coming on to Chelsea, and it's a very long injury list, to be honest. I myself got prepared for it, but you can see on the list, coming on to Nkunku, we all know he's a long-term absentee. Lavia as well. Chukwuemeka has suffered a bit of like blow in his recovery. You go on to Trevor Chalobah, and he's out for this game. Fofana is out for mostly for the whole season. Then we come on, I believe, onto Broha, and Broha is a doubt right now because of what the manager said in international duty. And Chilwell, we know, also got a serious injury, so he's not available as well. And Badiashile is back in training, Reece James in training as well. But again, nobody knows will they be able to start or not. While Arsenal have Trossard a bit of doubt, Timber we know is out. But other than that, there's mostly a fit squad to choose from for Mikel Arteta. So coming on to first of all, likely 11s of both the sides before we go on to some records and prediction. So coming on to Chelsea, likely 11C. I think the manager is not going to change much. We're going to go with Sanchez, the goalkeeper, who has really played well in the last some games. I still believe he can be better in his distribution. Sometimes he makes a bit of mistakes, like he made against Brighton, where we can be punished, but he's done a fine job so far. I think Gusto is going to play this game. I know people won't agree, but I think it's going to be Malo Gusto at the right back, because I think Reece James is still not fully fit. He has not been match fit for a long time. He's not played a football game for a long time. And I think Poch won't risk him. We have other fixtures coming up before the international break, and last thing you need is to put him in injury threat here, put him in the match when he's not match fit and risking him to be injured, like what happened when we did under Graham Potter against Bournemouth. I don't want that to happen. He's a very important player for the end of the season, so we need to be calm. Desase Silva in the middle, Colwill at the left back, and in this game, Colwill and Thiago Silva pulling the balls to Sterling is going to be massive. I think as much as people don't like, I think we have to respect the manager, and he's going to stick with Colwill as left back. And Enzo Caicedo, Gallagher. Caicedo will be more deeper to fight against that transition threats from Arsenal. I think Enzo is going to be midfield journal, dictating the tempo of the game. And I think Gallagher is going to be a player who can do the job of two players. He's going to be defensively making the runs and helping Caicedo. Attacking, he's going to be pressing the opponents. And then you go to the front three, it's going to be Sterling, Palmer, with Sterling at the left, Palmer at the right, and Jackson up top. Arsenal for me in this match will go with David as a goalkeeper, who's being preferred right now over Ramsdale. Ben White and Zinchenko with Gabriel and Saliba. Finally, they have a proper midfield defense to choose from, because earlier in the season, Zinchenko was a bit of doubt, but now they've got a fully fit defense to choose from, the best defense from last season. In the midfield, finally, we're going to see Rice, Partey, Odegaard. Partey will be a bit more deeper, Rice playing the Xhaka role, and Odegaard doing the what he always does best. He presses well, sometimes he defends well, and also he attacks really well. We know how he can find spaces. He literally battered us at Emirates last season when we lost to them 3-1. And front three of Saka, Martinelli, Gabriel, he's a scary, and they're going to back fully fit, and it's going to be trouble for us. And going on, before going to the prediction, looking at the record against Arsenal, guys, and it's not really looking good. I don't want to dwell into the record because it's past managers, past players, but our record at Stamford Bridge against Arsenal has not really been good. Whether we go to the last year where we lost to them 1-0 and they were formidable, they bullied Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Before we go then, before that year when we lost 2-4 to them, when we just came out of demotivating defeat against Real Madrid, where we won the game, but it was a defeat in terms of aggregate. We lost 2-4. Before that, Smith Rowe scored, they won 1-0. We got 2-2 draw under Super Frank, where we could not beat 10-man Arsenal. And under Sarri, we beat them 3-2, but that should have been a 3-5 defeat. So the record, to be really honest, even if different managers, is not really good. And Arsenal have slowly really liking us to play, and they are becoming a tough team for us to get a result against. And now, coming on to the prediction and looking at the signs, see, Arsenal are the overwhelming favourites in this game. Even as a Chelsea fan, I have to admit they are a much more structured side. They are more years into the process right now. Yes, we have straight away spent $1 billion. We've already got a lot of players which can be great for us in the future. But it takes time on the training ground, building understanding, confidence. So they are a much more confident side. They are a much more accustomed side tactically. And they are a much more favourite side. They have more goals than us right now. They are defensively just a bit more stronger than us right now. And I think this is where they edge us. But on one night, one day at Stamford Bridge, anything could happen. We cannot take anything away from football. And I believe even we are going under the radar. We have played well. But I think just because we spent $1 billion and people straight away want us to win the title or whatever they want, I think they're not being very kind to Chelsea and not seeing the performances. We have been really good, but I think just right now in the end stage, we cannot do much. We cannot be clinical in front of goal. Against Burnley, we got 4 goals, but we should have got more against Fulham. We should have scored against Villa. We should have scored against Bournemouth. So that's where a bit of problem for us goes. But I think one thing we are really good with is defensively. And along with that, I think this game is going to be a tight one. Arsenal are really going to press us a lot in this game, and I think Ben White and Bukayo Saka will try to overload Levy Colwill, which is going to be trouble. Then you go to the right side for us and left side for Arsenal, Martinelli along with Zinchenko, who will invert in the midfield, and then even Rice can go a bit wider against Malo Gusto at that side. But so this is where Arsenal can be dangerous. But I think if Thiago Silva is really pulling some good passes, Levy Colwill can pull the long balls. I think Raheem Sterling can make the runs behind Arsenal's high press, and you know how dangerous he can be. And this is why I can say that we are also a very strong side. We are defensively solid and we are a tough side on the counter, but how clinical we will be, I cannot say. And Arsenal are also a very dangerous side. This is why I think it's going to be a very, very strong match. Both sides will be solid. I think both managers won't be too much attacking, especially Pochettino, while Mikel Arteta will try to go for the results, but after that he will not try to overcommit so that Chelsea can really go on the counter and get a victory against them. He won't do that as well. So I think Arteta will be cautious but also try to take the game to Chelsea, while Pochettino will be very cautious like he did against Liverpool, where in the first half we weren't that good, but in the second half we were really good. And this is why, even being a Blues fan, I might try to be positive. I'm going with a 1-1. I just, right now, I cannot see us win. I do believe in my heart that we can win. Anything can happen in football. But when I look from it, the brain side, I think it's very difficult right now to beat this Arsenal side. But I also believe we're not going to lose this game. I think we're going to be up for this game. So I'm going with Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1. Before I end, do let me know your prediction. Like, subscribe. Thank you. Wishing you the best.